This episode is powered by Poddex.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of Questionable Improv. This is a brand new show where I, your host, Michael Saint Gregory, am going to be interviewing improvisers and comedians, and then afterwards, we're going to do some improv based on the question and the answer and the discussion that we just had. Sounds like fun? Awesome. Well, let me introduce my guest. He is one of the cast members of Improv the Game Show, which is available now on youtube.com/sketchprovcomedy. He's one of my longtime friends and a guy I've been improvising for seemingly forever. Rob Aitken.
That's me. What's up?
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Yo.
So, I have a question here from Poddex. It is Nope, that's not what it is.
Poddex, go pod yourself.
I wonder if they'll take that as a slogan.
I doubt it. That's not even good. I just
go pod yourself.
Yeah.
No. What about suck my deck? No.
Don't give him ideas.
No, I don't want to lose them as a sponsor, to be honest.
We love you, Poddex.
Here's the question randomly selected from the Poddex interview deck. What technology do you wish existed? You can answer this any way you'd like. If you want to go reasonable, if you want to just go far-fetched, I don't care. It's open to interpretation.
What do I wish existed?
What technology do you wish existed?
I'm gonna kind of go a little bit differently. I'm gonna go with something that they're working on that hopefully I would like to see actually become mainstream, and that's like an automated car. Where you could get into
the self-driving car,
like a self-driving car. I know that there's some that are out there, but the technology is not there, and it's not like a wide mainstream kind of use thing. But just the idea.
We live in 2020, and so many cartoons that talked about the future, and so many movies that show the future. Everything is automated, and everything just does it by itself. Why did we not catch up with our own creative ideas?
I really don't know. It's mind-boggling to me how we were able. Granted, the last 20 years of technology have just been unbelievable in certain regards. But you'd think that something like that, especially the way that the car market has gone, in terms of all these luxury things they want to give to you, if they can give you the opportunity to get into a car and you just sit there and the car drives you and the car won't get into an accident. That alone would just be who wouldn't sign up for that?
Well, then they always say, and this is something that's one of these dad facts that my dad always liked to tell me, there's more technology in your car than there is in the entire space shuttle. And to me, that is okay, so how come this thing can't go by itself? If you have to just press a few buttons to launch an entire spaceship, how come, I think the biggest thing I've seen so far is the self-parking. I don't know which car brand uses that.
Yeah, and that's just weird. Your wheel just kind of goes into a frenzy and you have no control over it. It just starts turning all, a couple
that
of
scares
times.
Me.
It does. It really scares me.
That really scares me because I have a terrible enough time parallel parking as it is to trust an algorithm with laser sights and all of that other stuff. It's too much, and people can barely park against a curb as it is.
And remember, I'm saying this is something that I want, but at the same time, if it was readily available right now, I just wouldn't trust it. I would be no.
Yes.
I don't think
even if it was we guarantee 100% it is going to get you where you need to go. And it looks in Minority Report where all the cars are on tracks and they're just zigzagging along. I still don't trust that. It just gives me it skeeves me out knowing that there's a margin of error 0.0001 that your car could hit mine.
I have to second guess whether or not my family likes me half the time. I don't want to have to tell you whether or not my car likes me And my car's just like, yeah, I'm done with you today. I'm really not putting up with you. Like, I don't need to hear from you.
That's when, you get into like the custom voices for um GPS, and you start to think, how soon before these things have like a personality where it's just like, I told you to turn left. Why don't you listen to me?
Oh, and can I just say, by the way, the real travesty of all that you're talking about, custom voices you can have on GPS. How have we
Yeah.
not gotten the voice of Kit from Knight Rider?
Oh my god,
You
yeah. Come
who
on.
wouldn't want that?
Let's get Mr. Feeney to just
Absolutely,
record, you know, turn left, Michael. Everyone's called Michael. You'd have to be.
you have to be. His
I
name
I
is William
want
Daniels, by the way. His name is not Mr.
Yes,
Feeney.
I know. He will always be Mr. Feeney to me, or John Adams from 1776.
Oh my god, where do you pull that from? Not even like St. Elsewhere. You're gonna go right to
No, I'm going
1776.
to his most iconic roles.
His most notable role before Boy Meets World was on St. Elsewhere.
I understand, but as a Broadway musical theater fanatic, he is John Adams.
Fine,
He
whatever.
was also Harding in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I'll give you that one at least.
Yes. Fantastic actor.
Right,
I
but
wish he would tell me where to go.
and that kind of goes back to like my point. Like we have all this technology and stuff, and we don't have nearly enough fun with it as we probably should.
Yeah, why haven't we gone just like off the rails with this kind of stuff? Like, you see like in Disney with like Tomorrowland and Epcot, like this is what the future could look like, and it's just all cartoonish robots, cutting people's hair and, vacuuming. They're all Rosie the robot from the Jetsons.
Right. We all grew up watching things on TV or movies that had this like extra super duper technology, and we all dreamt about that actually being real. And now some of it sort of is, and we're all just a bunch of like bores. Like we couldn't even care less.
Yeah, we have virtual reality to the extent where it's affordable and you can just buy it for a reasonable price, put it on top of your head, and you're there. It's not like the gigantic visor that has to be hung by cables and you need like a spotter to watch you as you're putting it on.
You can have virtual reality to like sit courtside at like a game, like a basketball game, like a Lakers game. You could sit next to Jack Nicholson at
And with the
like a
way the
Lakers
world
game.
situation is going on now, like you think that could be the next step for just going to events.
Sure.
I mean, why wouldn't I'd love to go, you and me are big wrestling fans. I would love to put on a headset and just see all this action, as if I'm in the front row, or, choose the angle from, and maybe even switch angles from like ringside to up top or by the entrance ramp or anything like that. It's just, how come, yeah, it's like, it just frustrates me because you see all these things that are just getting like mass developed, and you're just like, all right, it exists, why isn't it everywhere?
Or when you see something that's just completely like irrelevant, like we didn't need that, and I was like, why are you spending all your time working on that instead of like, the hoverboard from Back to the
Right.
Future?
Yeah, that's now what's the flip side of that? Like, what do you think is like the most useless technology that exists right now
Oh
that you
my
kind of was like,
god,
you didn't really need that?
that's hard. Um, I don't know if I would really call it technology, but just kind of does it need to be like electronics or anything like that, or can it just be like any invention or anything like that?
Any kind of thing that it's just like it was created and you're just kind of like, this is how we're spending our time.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have it, and I can actually tie it back to the fact I was talking about cars and stuff like that. Um, the fact that people have to put these stick figures of their entire families on people's cars
Oh my
drives me nuts.
god.
I don't care that you have a dog and two kids. I don't need to know that information. I'm sitting here in traffic, and it's like, okay, yeah, great. Like, it's bad enough
Does
that
it
you can know
really make a
that you're on
difference?
the
It's
honor
just,
roll,
your family could still be a bunch of assholes.
right? Oh, my kid went to the honor roll. Yeah, I don't care. I don't go to that school, so
Bumper
like,
stickers still a thing.
good for them.
Bumper stickers are still a thing. Like that's crazy to me. That like when did that start? In like the 70s that just people were putting these all over their cars?
And you'll remember this too, because it was, probably right around the time that we became friends or so. There was that fad of like the magnetic ribbon that people would put on their cars.
Yeah.
Where it was like you show like who you support. Like it could be like it was like a cancer that you wanted to make aware or something like that. It was all these different.
Right. They all look like the ribbons that people would wear on their tuxedos at the award shows.
Right. And then you like put it onto like a car, and then people would flip out if they like fell off, which they're going to probably because it's a magnet.
Right. It's just like the flags that people put in their window.
I don't think they stole your ribbon. I just think your magnet fell off when you were driving 75 down the highway. That's just me personally. That's what I thought. But
it's like those flags that people put in the windows, and you see them just flapping so furiously, and then eventually they're just torn to shreds by the end of it.
Yeah.
The little baubles that people put on their antennas too.
Or the eyelashes. The eyelashes
oh, God.
on the headlights.
Basically, Pixar just everyone wanted their car to look like, Lightning McQueen.
Basically.
And that's the thing. In Disney World, there is an actual moving, like talking Lightning McQueen. And we can make a robot version of that. But, we can't make a mass transit bullet train to go from one side of the country to the other.
I know. I just get the feeling with people's cars for whatever reason, people want to show as much information about themselves as humanly possible on like their car, and I don't understand it. Like,
I think we're all past the notion of like wanting the flying car too. Like, I think that's just
yeah, I don't need to fly.
No one even needs to care about that anymore. They just want a safe car at this point.
Right. I have a hard enough time trying to drive a U-Haul around. I think I want to fly a plane around. Like, no.
And that's the thing. Everybody thinks like, oh, a flying car. Yeah, they think the hovering part. They always think about, going X, Y, and Z in a direction.
Right.
A real flying car is just a car with wings on it.
Yeah.
It's a plane. It has to land. It has to take off. Sure, you could do vertical takeoff and landings, but you still need to know how to fly a plane.
And if you had a hovering car, that's probably more realistic than a car that.
And we're thinking about like the Back to the Future 2 style.
Yeah. So if a car like hovers, what's the point? Like that, once the novelty wears off, now you're still where you were. You're just maybe slightly higher, and it's that much more prone. Like you can have something go wrong with your car all the time. So if like all of a sudden the hovering ability for your car doesn't work, it's just done. Like, it doesn't matter.
All of this stuff only looks good in movies.
Exactly.
Like, we've gotten, video calls, real thing. Holographs, not so much as they are in the movies, but very, very close in terms of realism. We're still just kind of cutting close to a 3-dimensional hologram, figuring that out. But, to be able to project things on the wall that actually the light wraps around the object to make it look like it's, the walls are coming apart and all that stuff. All those cool special effects, they're all like really real. Like, animatronics now are almost human, and AI is super intelligent. But the car thing, we just can't get past a decent car.
And here's why like humans as like a species completely suck. Because when we create things like this, it's like, oh my god, that would be incredible. And now like these things happen, and like it's so boring. Like no one even grasps the idea of like how incredible some of the things around you, like all the things that work, and we're just like ho hum about it. It's
right. The very fact that we're doing this,
right,
you and me broadcasting to each other over the internet instantaneously through high definition microphones over a simple website. The power that takes to do so instantaneously is a goddamn miracle of science.
And it's so boring to people.
It's just wasted on us.
It's almost expected that this is supposed to happen.
Right. Wasted on human beings.
We are just the worst.
We are the worst. I that's the thing. I always wonder. It's like, okay, human beings, to get a little more philosophical to a degree, we were never ready to evolve as quickly as we are to adapt to the tech that's around us now.
Yeah, we have set technology in terms of the way it's progressed. It's like a spike all the way up, and we have gone, I want to say flat. I don't want to necessarily say that we've gone and devolved a little bit, but I guess in certain regards we have.
Well, you were born when?
88.
88, okay. I was 86, so we grew up in the 90s where it went from barely anybody having a personal computer to then barely anybody having the internet to then cell phones and then cable and satellite and high-speed internet and tinier cell phones, bigger cell phones, iPads and tablets and all that stuff in the span of 20 years.
Yep. And
there's
all
like
little niche things in between too, like beepers that came and went, and car phones where you had an actual like phone in your car.
My uncle had a car phone. It was the coolest thing in the world. And he had the headlights that retracted and opened up inside the front of the car. I was like, you have the Knight Rider car. This is the coolest thing in the world.
My dad used to carry around an actual, like, because my dad was a firefighter and I am as well. And he would carry around, instead of, before you had pagers, he had like an actual, like, almost like a radio that was like the size of like a lunchbox. And he would like walk around like the store if you had to like go out with my mom. And he would walk around like he was like going to like a business meeting with like a briefcase. And all it was a radio. That's all it was. It was like you carried around a boombox that only had one channel, and it was police and fire. and now I can get a text message sent to my phone that says, "Oh yeah, there's a fire nearby."
Yeah,
like it's just we do not appreciate what we have done. No,
we take absolutely everything for advantage.
It's so bad.
But imagine what like the first people who were trying to get a car, that whole industrial revolution, the fact that it takes hundreds of years to get to, just to the late 1900s, and then everything just explodes faster and faster and faster. Those first people, just their minds were blown by the fact that there's something called a combustible engine that can move a car very fast.
I know.
You mean I don't need horses? The trains, they'll never be taken away from us.
I can have a piece of glass in front of me so that bugs don't hit me in the face.
And that's the other thing. What about like streetcars and trolleys and trains everywhere? All gone just because of a car.
Yep.
Public transportation could have been everywhere, and well, cars ruined the world. That's what we learned from this question.
We built a railroad to connect one part of the country to the other, which was unfathomable before. And now, what?
Now it's the most burdensome way to travel.
Nobody cares.
If someone says, I'm taking the train, you're like, geez, what's going on with you, man? You've got 30 hours to kill?
They have all this old-timey feel to a lot of the stuff in Harry Potter, and among them is a train, and that's why it feels nostalgic. It's oh, well, look at them. They're all
the train has not been updated ever.
Right. They go on boats and trains to school with their books that talk to them, but we're not going to talk about
that. All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to improvise. You are listening to Questionable Improv. We'll be right back.
This episode is powered by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview questions and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you're a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to take your interviews and podcast episodes to the next level, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Visit poddex.com to get your Poddex today.
And welcome back. We've talked about a couple of different things with technology, mostly about cars. Not sure what the consensus is of whether we hate them or not, but we are going to improvise based off of what we were talking about. I am going to be using the website canigeta.com. That's can-i-get-a.com to get ourselves a location. And that location is a craft beer pub. A craft beer pub. We take you now to a craft beer pub.
Hello, sir. Welcome.
Hi. So
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Can you not? No, I don't take the order. I'm supposed to stand here. That's like my whole job.
I apologize. I would like I guess just a seat at the bar.
Okay, you have to call the seat over, and the seat has to accept you that you can sit on it. That's.
Okay. This is a more automated place. Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're coming on the conveyor belt. Here's your.
Yeah, when in Los Angeles.
There's your stool. There's no back to it because we try to keep like an old timey feel to it.
Oh, okay. It looks retro. I see it's got the wheels on it.
Yeah.
Great. So
96.
I just take a seat.
Yep.
Okay. There's not a belt or anything. It just
no. You're on your own.
Oh, okay. How do I make? Oh, gee. Okay. Whoa. It's got a little kick to it.
You feel a little different? Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Whew. Okay.
Okay, so we have all these different flavors here. You can just put it into the computer because human interaction is so lame.
Oh, okay. You came around. Nice. I thought you were just a greeter.
I'm walking you through this because I don't.
Oh, you're like the tutorial guy for this place.
Whatever.
Okay.
I just don't want to talk to you ever again. So you're just gonna have to go through this, and there's all these different flavors, and please leave me alone. Thank you.
All right, Jeremy. Welcome to the pub. I'm so glad. This is a cutting edge place,
I'm excited.
We got a lot of
we
got a lot of new people, tourists coming in here.
Okay.
You're not going to know what to do.
Right.
So you're going to have to tell them everything, but you got to make them feel a little bit dumb. Can you do that?
I have parents, so yeah, I've been doing that, pretty much since I became a teenager, so that works.
All right. So let's say that I'm some rube that comes in off the street. All right. And I come in, hey, I want a seat at the bar.
Here you go, sir.
No.
Oh.
Jesus.
Do
you not see the old-timey seats with wheels that we specifically put in here?
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, they are nice. And guess what? I don't know that. So, you gotta make me feel dumb that I didn't know that, and I gotta call it over here.
Okay. Let me try again then.
All right. I'd like a seat at the bar.
Of course you would, because you're stupid. Here's a chair.
Okay, a little harsh. You might want to pull back.
All
I'm
right.
sure we can find a middle ground. Yeah, okay, let's see. Data pad here. How do I order a flight? Is there a bartender? Bartender around?
Yes, I'm here.
Whoa. Your voice.
Yeah.
The data pad.
Yes.
Okay. Select. Select. Ears.
Ow!
Okay.
Ow!
Hold on.
Don't.
I'm not
there.
I'm not hitting the pad hard. I'm just okay. Is it voice activated? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you. Fine.
Okay, so
I hate that voice. I really do. It just sounds more technological. They say, but like, I'm AI, but like, I'm not.
It's a brilliant AI. Okay, so I'm a craft beer type of guy. Anything local?
What do you want? What do you want to drink? What kind
Is there anything? I don't know. Any local brands you could recommend?
Of course, there's local brands. Do you know what year it is? There's local brands. You're not one of them. I feel like they're everywhere.
All right. Listen, all right. Give me the bartender's recommendation option here.
There are 3,437 recommendations from the bartender.
Okay. Filter it down to the local town.
There are 3,247.
Okay. Filter it down to IPAs.
2,503.
Oh my God. Okay. Light beer filter.
1,106.
Oh. Just give me a Coors.
14.
Okay, then I will take a Coors Light with lime.
Okay. Would you like that in a glass, a bottle, a can?
Glass.
What kind of glass? A glass? A plastic glass? A aluminum glass?
Just regular glass.
Would you like any garnish on it? A cherry, a lemon, a lime?
Yeah, it's with lime. That's why I selected.
Okay, that will be $35.
What? One beer?
I don't make the I'm a computer. You think I make the prices? I mean, I do, but that's not the point.
Gentlemen, we need more expensive light beers. I want ideas. Come on. Stevenson, give me 2.
What about, like, a heavy light beer?
It's, almost an oxymoron, but I like it. Give me more. Elaborate. Stretch.
You're a moron.
No. You're... Listen to me. Light beer. How far can we go with light beer?
How about we, like, make it out of feathers, like it's really light?
All right, okay. Going with the literal route. I dig it. Okay. Kids. What do kids like? What's the thing that they're always doing? They drink quick. They tweet and they status update and they take pictures of themselves drinking the beers. And how do we market to that?
You want to market like the shotgunning beers?
A shotgun beer. I love it.
Okay. How about we make it shape of a gun, and the way you open it is like you cock it, and then you just like...
Will it have a safety on it, though?
Of course. I mean, we're not animals here.
Right, because we got to keep that 21 and under,
Of course. Then you actually shove the gun into your mouth and just pour it back.
There's no way that this can be controversial.
Not at all. I feel like we have a hit on our hands, sir. I would go with this. Lock, stock, and barrel.
Your Honor, my client didn't intend to create a beer, nor a beer vessel, for physical harm. So, the very fact that we are being tried for such a fallacy of a crime, it's a mockery of this justice system. And my opponent here, the defendant, these attorneys, these sharks, I bet you that they don't enjoy a cool, crisp Coors right on a summer day just like this.
Your Honor, while that sounds delicious, I have to just tell you, just because this company is saying to drink responsibly does not give them the right to irresponsibly give guns or beers shaped in the shape of guns.
Objection, Your Honor. We have made sure that all safety precautions have gone forward. We especially do not allow these types of beer guns inside cars. We do not want people shotgun beering and driving. That would be irresponsible. To create a vessel. Now that has nothing to do with responsibility.
Your Honor, they're selling you beer nuts that are shaped like bullets. It's a travel case. It's supposed to fit into a cup holder.
People want beer instantaneously, and they want it enjoyably, and they want it to be fun.
Is that why it says on the go right on the label?
Absolutely. This is a service. This is something that is provided to the people, and I don't even know why I'm arguing about this.
I don't either.
You want a beer?
Yeah.
I got to admit, that was a good beer.
Of course it was.
So how do I tip an AI?
Well, you can give me, stars.
Okay. Well, the attitude was a little rough, so I'm gonna say 2.5.
Out of 10, dude? What the hell, man?
Oh, God, I didn't know it was out of 10. I didn't see the cutoff. Oh my God! Oh, I already pressed send.
Great. Now I'm gonna hear from my malware later. Gotta go back for training and all this stuff.
I'm sorry.
I have 3 microchips at home.
All right, let's cut it there. Rob, thank you so much. That was fantastic.
Oh, God.
A great inaugural episode here for Questionable Improv. Thanks to our sponsor, Poddex. Be sure to go to poddex.com and enter the promo code SketchProv for 10% off your purchase. They've got all different types of decks, interview decks, episode ideas, would you rathers, a very strange question selection called What the Deck. Get it?
I don't get it.
No, it's because it's called What the Heck. I read it wrong.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Yeah. And coming soon is the Poddex app, including an entire superhero section written by Sketchprov.
Us.
Including the guy that you're listening to that I interviewed.
Me.
Rob Aitken.
Who?
You.
Oh.
Rob, thank you for joining me. If people would like to follow you online, where can they follow you?
You could follow me, but I would totally, see you coming, and I don't like being followed too much.
I'm talking about social media.
Okay. You can follow me on Twitter at defnotrob. That's DEFNOTROB.
But it is you.
That's the joke, man.
I see.
Not
very nice. And of course, you can follow all of us on Sketchprov, and the social medias are at Sketchprov on Facebook and Twitter, at Sketchprov Comedy on Instagram. And if you'd like to support us on Patreon, we're going to have exclusive content right there at patreon.com/sketchprov, and it starts at just $1. Amazing, right?
Yes.
Thank you for that vote of confidence.
Well, you were out there by yourself. I had to kind of help you.
All right. Ed McMahon, you're not.
Have a good day, sir.
That's not even close to what he said.
Well, I'm not him, so I can't steal it exactly.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. Until next time. We'll see you then.